Hello, Real Madrid have dropped points. Real Madrid have dropped points, and we need to what? We need to talk about it. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I have just finished watching the game between Rayo Vallecano and Real Madrid, and this was a derby, honey. This was a game. This was fun. I did a live stream about this game. I think the first half at the very least. If you want to see that, check out my live. I was stressed for Real Madrid, and I'm not even a Real Madrid fan. But we need to talk about the brilliance. We need to absolutely talk about the brilliance of Rayo Vallecano. Like, who would have thought that they will push Madrid to the limits? Like, the very last kick of the game was Rayo Vallecano attempting to score. They literally stood up to the big boys and said, we are not backing down. And that was magnificent. You guys, you did that. Now let's take it from the top. Obviously, I feel a little bit ashamed because in my match predictions, I said Real Madrid are going to win this game regardless. I did not give Rayo Vallecano a chance. My reason at the time was because this was a perfect opportunity for Real Madrid to leapfrog Barcelona and go into first position in the La Liga. This would have put a scoreboard pressure on Barcelona when they host Leganes tomorrow. So I thought that it was going to be a no-brainer. However, things did not start out that way because on the very fourth minute, Unai Lopez said, you guys might be thinking one thing, but listen, honey, in Rayo Vallecano, we come to play. And it was a game on from that moment. Now, let me say this. The one thing that I want to say about Real Madrid is that Real Madrid does not have a defense. Real Madrid defense is shit. I cannot for the life of me understand why Real Madrid, like, the defense is not existent. The defense was wide open. Real Madrid do not know how to defend crosses. The first goal came from a crossing opportunity. Real Madrid have no idea of who to mark and where they are supposed to be or how they are supposed to be positioned in a crossing opportunity. The defense were just leaking. And even after the first goal went in, there were still many opportunities where I felt, why is the pitch so big? Why Rayo Vallecano perfected the act of expanding the pitch such that there seemed to be so much room behind the defense. I was in my live stream saying, no, the pitch is too big. I don't understand how they're doing this. And if you do, please let me know in the comment section, because this was Real Madrid. The first half, the defense was non-existent. Every time there was a ball in between the lines, every time there was a ball over, Real Madrid were exposed. Like, they literally were that exposed. It was crazy. Now, the only thing that I would have said was, like, if this was a team like Barcelona, Real Madrid would have shipped goals for fun in that first half because their defense were on a break. Their defense were in Cancun. Their defense said, listen, you guys do that because we're on vacation, honey. We don't want to be part of this. We have no business here, because every time Rayo Vallecano came, they were in on something. Something was, it looked dangerous. It looked impressive. It looked like something was going to happen. The second goal, again, comes from another crossing opportunity. Real Madrid cannot defend crosses. Real Madrid cannot, the defense were like, Every time there was a crossing opportunity, the defense like, But in true Real Madrid fashion, they did not give up. They did not go down. They will always keep fighting. So even while I was on my live, I was saying, it might look like Real Madrid might be down and out, but the Real Madrid that I know, it's not over until the fat lady sings. And would you believe it? Not 2 minutes after that goal goes in, Fede Valverde hits a very beautiful strike from long range, and it just nestles right nicely in the bottom left corner of the net, and it was wonderful. And you knew at that moment that it was on, and the game was about to be taken by the bull's horn. And not long after that, Bellingham, or Bellingo, as I should say, was like, I want to get in on the act. And of course, Real Madrid scored a header, and he gave Real Madrid it brought Real Madrid back level with a headed opportunity. Now, here is where I'm going to stop trashing Real Madrid and I'm going to focus on Rayo Vallecano, because I just want to give credit to this team. They were stunning. They were magnificent in the way they played. They played with swagger. They played with pride. They were not afraid about anything. They were not scared about anything whatsoever, even when they went down in the second half. Because when we came back into the match from the second half, Real Madrid scored a very quick goal through Rodrygo. And at that point, you might be thinking it was a game that was already escaping Rayo Vallecano. Real Madrid were going to go to the top of the La Liga. And as a Barcelona fan, I was like, wow, interesting. The pressure is on. Rayo Vallecano said, well, hold up here. Because they kept on pressing, and they refused to go down easily. And the goal came from an opportunity where the ball was played into the keeper. Thibaut Courtois parries the ball, and again, Real Madrid's defense is caught sleeping. Again, Real Madrid defense is caught sleeping, and nobody knows who should be marking who. You see, crosses are the bane of their existence. A cross is placed right back into the box. Nobody picks him up. Nobody picks Issy up. Issy Palazon. Nobody picks him up. He's very deftly makes a very defining touch on the ball, and it goes wide by Thibaut Courtois. And you could feel the pulse in that stadium as it erupted, because Rayo Vallecano were back in the game. And even as the game continued to go, it was not a game of Real Madrid were pressing Rayo Vallecano and they were holding tight. Absolutely not. Real Vallecano were in this to win it. They kept on pressing. They had opportunities themselves. Of course, Real Madrid did as well, but they had opportunities and they took the bull by the bull's horn. The last kick of the game was another opportunity for Rayo Vallecano to take the game, but Real Madrid were able to survive because there was no striker in position to just touch it home for the win. So the game in Madrid ends with a 3-3 draw. Both teams escape with a 1 point, which means that Real Madrid draw points and still remain 1 point behind Barcelona, although they do have that game in hand. Now, the ball is now firmly in Barcelona's court. Barcelona needs to do the business against Leganés tomorrow to capitalize on this absolute mistake from Real Madrid today, or this gift, I should say. Barcelona needs to get the job done against Leganés tomorrow to capitalize on this gift that Rayo Vallecano has given them today, because I don't think that another opportunity like this would come after they have been wobbling in the league. Now, to Real Madrid. I don't know what the problem is and I don't know what the vision is, but there has to be fixing that defense. The defense is a basket. The defense my grandmother could play better than many of these people. The defense is a basket. It just keeps, there's no organization, there is no leadership. The only bright spot in that defense, in that Real Madrid defense, is Antonio Rudiger. He was actually doing it on both ends of the pitch, in attack and in defense. He was literally carrying that defense on his shoulders. Unfortunately, he cannot be everywhere at the same time. So really, they need to figure it out. Vasquez, Vasquez, and that's all I'm going to say for that. But let me know what you thought of the stunning game by Rayo Vallecano. What were your positions? How did you feel about it? Were you stunned just like I was? And what do you think? Let me know what you know in the comment section. But until next time, bye guys.